Hey everyone, good evening guys. Good evening to all. Hi Sanket, hi Simran. Hello. Is there anyone guys is there anyone in the session? Start ho gaya. Yes, Black Devil, we are live and we'll begin the session like actual learning part in more 10 minutes. Before that, I just want to tell you all something. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Hello Sanket. Guys, am I audible and visible to you all? Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat, please? Can I get thumbs up in the chat? There are almost 82 people. So can I get at least 50-60 thumbs up? Hi, Random. Good evening, Harmanpreet. Yes. Guys, please be active in the chat. Please respond to our things. Please. And also, if you have any questions, you can ask us in the chat. Session start when we will get the certificate. At least attend attend the day one at least. Okay. Okay. So I hope I'm audible and visible to you all. So my name is Anam Khan. I'm from LetsUpgrade, and I welcome you all to the building CRUD API using FastAPI workshop. Basically, it will be a 2 days bootcamp, and the timing will be from 6 to 8. So please make sure that you join day one and day two both the sessions. And yeah, if you have any questions, any queries, any doubt, you can ask us in the chat. The trainer for this bootcamp is Zenat ma'am. So she will answer it all. And also, if anything you're facing any technical problems, then the moderator will help you out. Okay. So yeah, yes, certificate will be available when this bootcamp will get end. Okay, that's great, Arindam. 2 hours. It's a 2 hour session from 6 to 8 p.m. Okay. Okay, okay. So guys, let me share my screen. There is an attendance process that you need to mark your attendance for the day one and day two. Then only you will be able to get the certificate. Okay, Nafiza. Many of them have uh, put the query that they are not getting the Figma certificate. But we tried, we checked in the backend, and almost more than 700 people have downloaded their certificate. So please make sure that you mark all your attendance. Like you can see the day three attendance. Again, you have to mark. So please mark all your attendance and reload the page. Do a hard refresh and then see if still you are unable to get the certification download certification option. Then please put a mail to support@letsupgrade.in. Okay, I will show you how to mark your attendance. Just let me share my screen and again let me know if it's visible to you or not. Okay, so my screen is shared now. Please let me know if it's visible to you all. Yes or no, guys? You can mark your attendance anytime during this 2 days of bootcamp. You can mark it anytime. It's not necessary to mark in the beginning only. You can mark post the bootcamp as well. Okay. Pranav, as I mentioned, please make sure you have to mark our Figma day 3 attendance again and then do a hard refresh to that attendance page. Then you might be able to see that download certification option. Okay. And if you guys are still facing problem, please put a mail to let's support@letsupgrade.in. Okay. Okay, sure, Nafiza will look into it. I also attach the screenshot of the page where if you have marked all the 3 days page attendance. Okay. Okay, guys, now we are here for the CRUD API bootcamp. Let's start with that. If you guys are facing any other technical issue, please put the mail at support. Okay. Okay, so for guys attendance, see here in the description box you will be able to see for registration, attendance, certificate, everything. We have one link. We call it as a one link as everything is placed at one place. So that's the reason. And when you click on that link, a new page will open where you need to first of all enroll for the program. If you're a new user or haven't enrolled for this program, then you need to mark your attendance. To mark your attendance, you need to enroll. Okay, I have already enrolled for this bootcamp, so it's not showing me to enroll now. And when you scroll down, you can see day one title. Below that, there is a mark attendance option. Click on it. A rating scale will open from 1 to 10. You need to rate the session according to your feedback, your experience, and everything. And also, you can, if you want to give the honest rating, please make sure that you mark the attendance post session So yeah, it will be if we can get also it will help us to get the honest rating, and we can work on it. Okay. And here is a feedback option. If you have any feedback for us, for the trainer, if you want any improvement while in the teaching, you can put it here and then submit your attendance. Okay. When you submit, you can see here the progress bar has increased to 50%. It will increase to 100% by day 3. So if it's 100%, then only you will be able to generate your certificate. And the certificate will get unlocked to download on after 8 p.m. Tomorrow. As tomorrow is the last day, tomorrow is the day 2. Since you will be able to get you able to see the gender certification option tomorrow post 8 p.m. Okay, so for the certificate, do not spam in the chat, please. We request you, do not ask unnecessary questions or chit chat with the other person. Leave that space for the learning part, for the doubts, things and everything. Okay. Okay, I think it's clear to you all. Yes or no? Is the attendance part is clear to everyone? Yes, the video will stay on YouTube. It will be uploaded. You can watch it anytime. Okay. Okay, guys. Moving forward, here we have all-in-one documentation. The link also is there, been pinned in the chat. And when you click on it, a document will open where you can find again the attendance and everything, attendance link and session links. And here we have the notes page where you can find the outline of this curriculum. What are we going to learn in the next 2 days? What are the things we are going to cover? So yeah, you can refer it and keep this document handy. Because if ma'am shares any of the resource, any PPT, filing, anything, we will upload all that resources here in the all-in-one documentation. So for that, you need to keep this document handy. Okay. The link is also pinned in the chat. And we have this student ambassador program, which is a free 1 month program, guys. By applying to it, we'll be the ambassador for LetsUpgrade for the next 1 month. Since this is the batch of 1 month program, and the next batch will open from start from 1st of August. So please make sure you will be able to see here the apply now button. So please make sure that you apply for it, and you can attend exclusive workshops. You can like participate in the hackathon, designathon, micro events that we host there. By participating also, you'll be getting the separate certificate. And there are the gift vouchers that we give away, the products we give away up to 5,000, 7,000. These are the giveaways of that competition. So please make sure that you enroll for it. And these are the milestones that you need to achieve in that student ambassador program. And if you have any questions related to this, you can just check out this page. Okay. So yeah, please make sure that you apply for it. You can you can add the things in your resume also, whatever things you learn here or achieve. Okay. Okay, so that was it from my side, guys. If there is any issue, if there is any question, you can ask us in the chat. For now, I will call the trainer, that is Zinat ma'am. And yeah, we can start with the session then.
Hello
So, hi
everyone.
ma'am, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are
So,
you all?
they are all fine, they are eager to start the session. So, I will take a leave, ma'am. I
Yeah,
will hand over the session to you. So, thank you
yeah.
guys for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Yeah. How are you all? So the session will be in Python programming language only. So previously I saw some comments. Hello everyone. Subtitle. Hello. Yeah. So first I will have a quick introduction of myself. Yeah, hello everyone. So as you know, this is Zinat Kausar. So I have 5 years of experience in the full stack development as a developer and a trainer. Okay. So I'm basically from Hyderabad. Is anyone from Hyderabad here? Mm, anyone? Yeah, yes, from scratch only. Okay, okay. Do anyone have an idea of Fast API? What is Fast API? Okay. Mm, hello, Sanket. Kolkata. Okay. Okay. Hyderabad. For in API's framework. Okay. So, before starting the session, may I know, like anyone knows Python programming language, at least basics? Um, like comment those as well who don't have any basic idea as well of Python. No, ma'am, we do know about API, but not fast API. Okay, 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 okay. Python lover here. Okay, okay, okay. I don't have. Okay. Machine learning students. Okay, SSS. No. Okay, okay. Some students don't know, and most of them know. Okay, okay, fine. So let's start the session. Just a second. I will share my screen. Hope my screen is visible and my voice is clear. No, cannot be done in mobile. Like all the things cannot be supported in mobile. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So our topic is introduction to fast API, and here we will build a fast API with the help of CRUD operations. Okay, so before that, what is an API, and before that, I will show the agenda of today's day one. So here we will discuss what is a fast API, and we will learn what is a RESTful API. So we know API, but what is the difference between RESTful API? And we will perform some CRUD operations. We will create a to do applications. Okay, and we will learn what is uvicorn here, and we will build a full fledged API, and we will learn about Pydantic models. Okay, first of all, what is an API? API is nothing but a um, API is nothing but is some set of rules which will allow two software applications to communicate with each other. For suppose you want to build a movies API. Okay, you want to build a movies API. To build a movies API, what you will need? For suppose I will open a movies website, any sample website, to get an idea. See, this is a movies API. Okay, first of all, the fast API comes under API. Any API creation, any fast API creation comes under the backend part. Okay, so in the full stack application, we are learning about the backend API portion here. So what here? This is one website, sample websites. So movie rules dot rich, or any website. If you open any website, Amazon or any website. This is one website, right? It's loading. Wait. Okay, this is one website. Here, whatever is visible is nothing but the front end portion. Here we have some images, some cards, we have some nav bar, some nav links, we have some search box, and some input box. This all nothing but the front end, whatever is visible to the user or client. So user can be called as a client as well. So whatever is visible here is nothing but the front end part. Then this movie cards, here we have like for each and every movie we have movie name, right? We can have movie description as well. We can have some button to watch as well. Okay, so this information, where we are getting this information, means we are getting it from backend. In the backend, we can store 10 or 100 movies. With the help of API, we can store the 10 or 100 movies or 1000 movies. How many movies you want, you can store it in the backend database. From that, we are fetching it into front end, and we are displaying here. Okay, so if you for suppose not only movies, if you take students example, suppose we have 80 students here. I have added those 80 students details into my database with the help of API. With the help of API, I have added 80 students data, like name, email ID, and everything I have added into the backend database. From the backend database, I am displaying here. Okay, here in front end, I am displaying those students name, course, and all information I am displaying here. from the backend I am displaying here in front end. For suppose later, at the later stage, one new students got added, then there will be 81 students in the backend, right? So automatically in the front end also one new card will be added here with the new student details. Okay, so automatically, so why means front end is connected with the backend. Okay, so as it is integrated with the backend, whenever there is some change in the backend, we can do the changes in the backend with the help of API that we will learn now. Okay, in the database we can change the database data with the help of API. So whenever we will change the backend, it will automatically reflect in the front end. So in this part we are learning backend, and before that, what is an API? So this data we can get it from API. What is an API means some set of rules which will allow two software applications to communicate with each other. If you see here, front end might be running somewhere else. Okay, backend database might be running in somewhere else. So how to connect that backend data with the front end means with the help of API we can communicate front end with the backend. Okay, not only this movie data. Okay, this movie data might be stored in some API. I will show some free API, you can get an idea. See, I will open this. Wait. Mm, Users, I will open users. So here, this is one API. Here we have 10 users data, like a JSON data. This is nothing but a JSON format. In an array we have objects, key value pairs. Here we have key value pairs like some id colon and its value, some name colon its value. Okay, and this all stored inside one curly braces. From here to here, it represents one student data, and from id to, from this flower bracket to here, it represents second student data, and from this bracket to, from this bracket to this bracket, it represents third user data. Like that we have 10 students data. All 10 students data got wrapped into an array is nothing but this square bracket. Okay, so inside square brackets we have flower brackets. Inside one flower bracket we have one user data. Inside another flower bracket we have another student data. So inside square bracket, if we have any data, that is nothing but an array. Okay, inside that we have flower bracket. So this whole data is nothing but a JSON data. This is one example of a free API. With this URL we can access this data. Similarly, we can store multiple students data in the database, and we can access it with the help of API. So what is the use of the API means it will allow two software applications to communicate with each other. How means, if you see here, we have 10 users data. We can use this 10 user data and we can display it in the front end. We can display it however we want. Okay, so we can communicate with this data. How? With the help of API. So we can create this type of API, and we can store students data, movies. Okay, and whether we can store weather details as well. Whatever details we want, we can store here with the help of API, and we can fetch that data in any of the front end application. We can fetch that data and we can use that data. So API will have some set of rules which will allow two software applications to communicate with each other. Okay, this is the basic introduction of API, and I have shown some API example as well. Next, what is a fast API? Okay, what is a fast API? Fast API is nothing but, so before going to okay, so what is a fast API means? Fast API is a Python framework, Python backend framework. So here we are developing the backend part, backend API, like data. We will create some data in the backend. Okay, and we can connect it with database as well. So fast API is a Python web framework. So who knows already full stack development, like if you know man, full stack development, Python full stack development, Java full stack development, there what we will do means, for suppose I will take one Word document. Okay, so if you see Python full stack development, here what we will use means, in the front end part we will use HTML, CSS, JavaScript and React.js. With the help of these technologies we will create the front end part. For suppose before I have opened some website, right? here if you see whatever is visible here, that images, text, buttons, all we can create with the help of front end technologies like html, css, javascript, react.js. And what we can use in backend means, in the backend we can use python. Not we won't write python code from basic. Instead of writing from the basics, we will use some ready-made frameworks. Like we have some frameworks like django, flask, and also we have fast api. With the help of these frameworks, we can write the code in less number of times. So framework, less number of lines for suppose framework. Okay, so these are the examples of python frameworks, okay, which will be used in the backend part. In the backend only we will use python, in the front end we will use these technologies. What is mean by a framework means, these are the examples of framework will allow us to do the task in less number of lines. We can do it efficiently in by using some less space, less memory, less space, less time, and even in less time we can create. So instead of writing whole python code from scratch, we can use any of these backend frameworks to develop the backend apis, right? Okay, so here we are discussing one of that framework, that is fast api. We will see the difference of why we should use django, what is the difference between django framework, flask framework, what is fast api. Okay, as the name indicates here, fast api, it will be fast. So mainly fast api will be used for creation of apis only. In the backend, if you want to create apis in less time, then it is better to go for fast api. Okay, but django has also some more advantages which we will discuss. Okay, so fast api is a modern framework. Django and flask were available from longer time, but fast api was the modern framework, and it has high performance. It can build the api in very less time. Okay, very less time, and it can do it in efficiently. Okay, and also it will create restful api. So we saw what is api, right? Okay, what is api, we saw. What is restful api then? So what is the difference between api and restful api means? Okay, restful API. Okay, we know what is an API. RESTful API is nothing but one type of API. In API, we have so many different types of API. Okay, so which will allow us to create some data, which will allow us to communicate the two different software applications. In that, RESTful API one is one type of API which will follow REST architecture. So rest architecture is nothing but some different rules. Rest architecture is nothing but an architecture which will consist of some more different rules. If we create an api with the help of rest architecture rules, like if we use http request and response, then it is known as a restful api. If we follow these rules, then it is known as restful architecture. So what is rest means? um, so we can use rest architecture for that purpose. Okay, so here in our in like mostly we will create restful apis only, where we will use http methods like get, post, this all we can use. Okay, so rest is nothing but representational state transfer. Okay, so full form is nothing but representational state transfer. So it has some set of rules. If we create an api with the help of these rules, then it is known as restful api. So fast api is used to build the apis fast. Okay, and also we will create here restful api. Okay, next, um I will open slide wise. Okay, okay, okay. And also in fast API, we can validate the data, like whatever data is coming from the front end. Suppose I will give some more example of front end and back end. For suppose I will open Amazon.com. Here, you will get an idea. Um, Wait. So this whatever is visible here is nothing but front end. Some images, some navbar, some buttons. Okay, this is nothing but front end. Okay, what is backend means? For suppose I will open some login page here, sign up or login page. Wait. um Cart to cart, where is login page? Just a second. Okay, I think it is in login. Just a second. Mm, I'm trying to log out, sign out. See, this is some sign up page. Okay, so every application consists of some sign up page. Sign up page is nothing but some registration page. After registration only you will go to login. For suppose if you see Facebook or Instagram, okay, there you already knows that first you have to register with your email ID and phone number by giving your email ID, phone number, and your name, your extra information like age, anything you can, like some extra information will be asked while registration, and you will also create some password while registration itself. What will be done in the login means it will compare the email ID and password. So while registration, whatever password you have given, that password only you have to give while login. That password and that email ID only you have to give while login. Okay, if you give any other email ID and if you give any other login password, then it will throw some error like a password is incorrect. How it is working means with the help of backend API and database only. If we integrate API and database, that only helpful here. How means while storing the data, for suppose sign in. Okay, if I go to sign in first, here while sign in, it is asking some email ID, some password. Okay, some passwords and all, it will ask, right? Those data will be stored into the database. Okay, our name, email ID, password, all things will be stored into the database. While you are logging in, it will take that data from the database, that this particular email ID and password. So it will compare that password and email ID from the database data. Okay, how it got stored into the database means with the help of API it will get stored into the database, and while logging in it will compare that entered data with the database data. If the data is correct, then only it will allow you for login. Okay, it can go you can go further. Okay, so here in this is also one part of the backend. So every full stack application consists of backend to store some data and to retrieve some data, to compare some data. By that only we can create full application. Okay, so here we can validate that as well. That is nothing but validation. Here we are comparing the password, right, with the registered, with the database data and the entered user password. Here while login the user enters some password, right? We are comparing it with the already stored data. Okay, that is nothing but some validation. So we can validate easily here in FastAPI. We have some automatic validation libraries here, and we can easily do error handling as well. Okay, and to test API also, it is easier to test API. How to test an API and all, we will go forward in practical way. Okay, so these are the different features, and mainly one thing is asynchronous support. So fast API supports asynchronous, while Django and Flask frameworks are synchronous in nature, but fast API is asynchronous in nature. That's why it is fast. First of all, what is synchronous and asynchronous? Let's see. Okay, so everything I will explain. Whatever terms I am using here, I will explain you here what is synchronous and asynchronous. Okay, so fast API is asynchronous in nature. Asynchronous in nature, while we go for Django and Flask. Okay, it is synchronous in nature. Okay, asynchronous is also known as non-blocking, and synchronous is also known as blocking. Okay, what do you mean by synchronous and asynchronous? I will give some example. For suppose how our laptop or systems are running. Yes, we will share this PPT and notes as well. Okay, after this session. What is asynchronous and synchronous means, I will give some example. For suppose our laptop is running, right? Our computer is also running. If you see here, I am doing multiple tasks at a time. I am writing in a Word document, it is getting saved, and at the same time I am editing, or I am using the PPT as well, it is also working. And I have opened another tabs as well. I am with you, I am connected, I have connected with you in a meeting as well. And in the background I can open file manager and I can open music system as well. So in the background I can open other applications as well. So all these are working at a time, like a cpu is working as a multitasker. How it is working as a multitasker means cpu is asynchronous in nature. It can handle multiple requests at a time. Here we have multiple requests, like opening an word document, editing a word document, opening a ppt, opening a StreamYard, okay, and opening a website, opening a file manager, and in the background, if we open some music application. So these all the tasks which I am doing now, and cpu is handling all of them, all of them at a time. Like it is not saying like I will do this first, after completing this only I will go to another. It is not saying like that, right? It is handling all the requests parallelly. Why means it is asynchronous in nature. Asynchronous is nothing but doing task parallelly. Okay, it is handling all the tasks parallelly. Okay, multiple tasks it is handling parallelly. That is nothing but non-blocking as well. Like it is not blocking one task, right? It is not saying that I will open the word document first, after saving that whole document, after completing with the word document, after closing it only I will go to another task. It is not blocking the execution there itself. Okay, it is going on with the execution. So that is nothing but non-blocking in nature or asynchronous in nature. So in the same way, fast api will also work in that way only. It can handle multiple requests at a time in an asynchronous way. Okay, while coming to django and flask, they are synchronous in nature. What do you mean by synchronous? Means just opposite of asynchronous. Synchronous means it will block one application, it will block one task. Until it completes, it doesn't go to another task. For suppose here if you take python program, okay, so most of some languages, right? Suppose here I took x equal to 10, and here I want to read some file. Okay, so by using file system I am trying to read one file. Okay, I read one file. So file reading, database accessing, these all some time taking process. First it has to check whether there is some file or not with that particular name, file1.txt, whether that file is there or not. If that file is not there, we cannot read the content of it, right? It has to check that first. And where it is, what is the path of that file, it has to check it. After checking it, it has to read line by line. That file might consist of 1,000 lines of code as well. It has to read line by line, right? So it will take some time. This second line will take some time. Okay, so if suppose I have some another line as well, third line as like this. Okay, so what will happen means here only it will block. If we go to synchronous part, then this will be a time taking process, right? It might take for suppose 5 minutes. Okay, so what this synchronous thing will do means it will first assign 10 to the x variable, then it will go to this line, and it will search for that file, and it will go on reading that file, and it will store it into some variable. Okay, so it will take some time. After 5 minutes, if that particular task is completed, then only it will come to third line. That is, it will go to y equal to 30. So until that it doesn't go to y equal to 30, means the execution has been blocked at line number 2 only. After completing that only, it is going to third line. Okay, this is some example of synchronous or blocking in nature. So django will work in that way. So I have given some example. So nothing but django and flask will do one task. After successfully completing that task only, it will move to another task. It can't do the works parallelly. It can't take multiple requests at a time. Okay, so I hope you have understood the difference between asynchronous and synchronous, right? Okay, so these are the different features of FastAPI. So FastAPI has asynchronous support. So it can do the multiple tasks in less time. Okay. Apart from that, it also supports some security as well, like authentication security. For suppose I will give some example in the Amazon page. Okay, if you go to some e-commerce application, there we will have add to cart option, and we have some orders page, right? Those pages we can protect them, like only login users can be able to view the orders page. For suppose I am logging in with my email id, then my orders page will be different, right? Whatever I have ordered in my previous 10 days or 1 month, those will be appeared in my orders page. If you log in with your email id, then your order page will be different, right? So after login only you can show the orders page correctly, right? So you can protect orders page. For suppose if I open amazon.com, okay, so if I open amazon.com and if I try to go to some orders page, okay, returns and orders, okay, so here what it is showing, please log in first, because after logging in only it can be able to view the orders page. So this particular is nothing but some authentication technique. Here we are applying some authentication technique, like it is checking whether a user is login or not. If login, then only it will allow to visit the orders page. Otherwise it is blocking. There only it will show some message like please log in first before going to orders page. So that is nothing but authentication. Okay, so we have some inbuilt authentication like security as well in FastAPI. Okay, we can use that as well in our project. Okay, in tomorrow's project we will use that. Okay, next, why FastAPI is popular? Why it is popular means it is mainly not only for backend part. Okay, if you want to integrate backend and front end totally, if you want to create some major project, then fast api is not correct. Okay, you can go with django. If you want to integrate like a complex front end with the complex backend, then you can go for django. If you want to build a simple apis, okay, if you want to build simple front end and simple api data, or if you want to work with the database in simple way, then you can go for fast api. Okay, and also fast api is mainly popular for creating apis only. If you go for the task of creating an api, not building whole backend application and not going for integration, you are having a task like building a simple api, then better to go for fast api. If you have a task like developing whole backend and integrating it with the front end, some complex front end, then better to go for django. So fast api is popular just because it is fast, and it is asynchronous in nature. It has some inbuilt security and inbuilt test api tools. Okay, to test an api, after creating an api you have to test it whether it is working correctly or not. So those test api tools also we have inbuilt. Okay, so that's why it is popular. Okay, so here we have some difference between, okay, we have some difference between fast api, django, and flask. Okay, these are the three backend frameworks of python, right? Okay, so here what is the difference means when coming to django, it consists of some batteries, so it is a complete framework. Django is a complete framework. When you are using the django in the backend part, no need to go to any other libraries. You no need to install any other libraries for your purposes. Django consists of all the things. It has all the things inbuilt only. It is a complete framework. No need to go for any other support libraries for creating admin panel or for creating anything. Okay, for anything you don't need to go to install any other libraries. It has all the things here. Okay, but when coming to fast api, okay, it has high performance. So when your task is just building a simple api, then you can go for fast api. Okay, but to integrate it with the front end, you need to install more tools will be needed. Okay, and also fast api is not matured. When coming to django is a matured framework. What do you mean by matured? Means it can handle complex things easily. When coming to fast api, it is not that matured. Just for creating api we can use it. For integration part we have to install any other libraries. It is not complete thing. It is just for any api, but django is a complete framework. Okay, but it can be complex. Django can be complex to write. Fast api can be easy to create api, easy to test api. Okay, and one more difference is fast api has been built on starlet is nothing but an asgi framework. While coming to django has been built on wsgi WSGI interface. Okay, so nothing but what means ASGI is nothing but a interface which stands for asynchronous. Okay, so it is a asynchronous server gateway interface. While coming to WSGI, it is nothing but web server gateway interface. So here in Django, it is synchronous in nature. It is web server gateway interface. Whereas in FastAPI, we have asynchronous server gateway interface. Okay. When coming to Flask is a lightweight, very lightweight, means there will be it will occupy very less storage area. Okay, so it will be suitable for medium projects only. So small to medium projects we can build on Flask. Okay. Next, there will be minimal usage of libraries only. So in Flask also there are no inbuilt libraries for creating routes and endpoints. We have to integrate it with other libraries. Okay, this is the difference between FastAPI and Django. So major thing is FastAPI is asynchronous and it is Django is synchronous in nature. Okay, and next, let's go to some practical part. Okay, so before going to practical part, I will explain you some HTTP methods. Okay, HTTP methods. What are HTTP methods means? I will open some application here, some API here. So this is the API which I have shown you, right? Users API. So here we have different APIs like post. I will open post API. This is the post API. We have different post here: ID, title, body. If you want to add new post, how you can add? So you can add it into the database with the help of API routes, which we will create now. With the help of that, you can create you can add it into the database. How you can add means you have to give these fields: user ID you have to give, okay, ID you have to give, title you have to give, and body you have to give. This fields only you have to give, so that all the records will be same. Okay, so what is a database also we will discuss. Okay, so before that, first we will create a we will try to create a fast API step by step. Okay, before after creating API with some Python dictionary, after that we will go for a database in the next day too. Okay, so what is HTTP methods? We have different HTTP methods like get method. Okay, so first one is get method. We have get method, post method, put method. Okay, and we have delete method. Okay, and we have delete method. Okay, so what are these HTTP methods means? Before that, I will explain what is a request and what is a response object. Okay, so for suppose I'm a user, I'm a client. Okay, client will request something. Okay, for suppose I want to open ou.com. This is my request. Whatever I am typing here in the URL, right, that is nothing but request. If you want to search something, what you will do, you will open some Chrome and you will write your query there. Okay, that is nothing but some request. So this is a request which user is doing. So what happens means user or client will request something. Okay, what we will get in the response means we will get the some website as a response. Okay, so if I do this thing, I got this. Okay, so, okay. Okay, for suppose my request is this thing: https www.dgmedia.com. This is the user request. What is the response means? Whatever website we got here, right, this is nothing but response. How we got this response means from server we got this response. So you can create some full stack application like this. So after connecting front end with this backend API, we can create a full stack application like this. So after creating this application, we can deploy it. Deploying is nothing but we are storing our particular application into the server so that anyone can access it from anywhere. Okay, if you create it in your laptop, only you can access. If you deploy it, okay, if you host it or if you deploy it, then it will get stored into the server. After getting stored into the server, how to access it means with the help of request. So this is the request which got mapped to this website. So if you request this, you will get this website. If you request some another thing, if I request amazon.com, if I request as amazon.com, then I will get some another response, not same response, right? I will get another response. So this particular request http www.amazon.com is being connected with this response. This response from where I have got means from from server we got this. Okay. So everything is, so I want to say that everything is working on http. Okay. So this is here in http we have different methods: get, post and patch. So how we can, what is the purpose of this, I will explain. Okay. So get is just to retrieve or get some data. Okay, for getting some data. For suppose here this is nothing but one get request only. Okay. Why? Because here if I go to this request, I am getting some response data. It is not storing some data, right? It is not taking some data from my side, and it is not storing anything. It is just displaying some data. So displaying some data is nothing but get request. Here this is also a get request only. Here by hitting this and this particular request, I am getting whole data. Okay. I'm not getting to responding. Here this is the request and this is the response which we are getting. Okay. So this is the get request only, as we are just displaying the data. We are not storing the data, right? We are displaying the data. So this is an example of get request. You will get an idea more in the practical part. Post is nothing but adding new data. Adding new data is nothing but post request. For suppose if you take sign up part. Okay. So if you take sign up part, here whatever information you are entering. Okay. That information will be stored into the database, right? Means you are giving new data. The If you fill up a form, for suppose you are joining to some institution or something, you will fill up a form, right? That whole data will be stored into some database. So you are giving some new data which is getting stored. So that particular backend part we can create with the help of post http request. With the help of get, we can just see some data. We can just get some data from the database. That's it. We won't store any new data. But in case of post, we will add new data. So whenever there is some requirement like creating new data, like adding new user data, adding new books data, adding new movie data. Okay. So everything we can create with the help of post request. It will add a new data. It will take data from the user and it will add that data into the database. Next, what is put request? Okay. So put http method or put http method. What is put http method? Means it is used to update data. For suppose I have stored 10 students data into the database. In that 10 students data, one student, let's say Aruna. Okay. Aruna student email id got changed. Then what I have to do, I have to go to the database and I have to update that particular email id where name is Aruna. I have to update the email id where name is Aruna. Okay. Such updations can be done with the help of put method. Here what I am doing, I am not adding new student, right? Already existing user Aruna is nothing but already existing user. From that 10 users, Aruna is already there. I am editing the email id of already existing user. I am not adding new data. So that is nothing but put request. Okay. Delete is nothing but yeah, I will go to practical part. If you understand this, then I will go to this. Okay. So next, delete part. Okay. So delete is nothing but we can delete a data from the database. If we have 10 students, if we want to delete one user from it, we can use the delete data. Okay. Now let's install the fast api. So before installing fast api, one requirement is like you have to have python 3.6 plus version. So if you want to work with fast api, you have to install python with 3.6 plus version. If you already have python, you can go for it. If not, you can install it. So how you can install means you can just search as python 3 latest version or anything, and you can go to this website and you can click on this. Okay. So present version is 3.13.5. You can go for it, as it is 3.6 above only, right? You can go for it, download it. After downloading, you can go to the downloads, open it, next, and you can install it. Okay. So if you want to check whether python is already installed in your system or not, then you can go to command prompt. Okay. After opening command prompt, you can type here python minus version. Then you will get the version of the python. Here my python version is updated one 3.13.5. So if your version is 3.6 plus, then go on. Otherwise re-download the python again. Okay. After that, you can actually create a fast API. Okay, so I will first of all, let's create one folder. Go to any file manager, and I will create a folder here. Just a second. Here, Python fast API I will keep as day one. Okay, just a second. Hmm. So so you can open this particular folder in VS Code, or you can use PyCharm, any IDE you can use here. I will open it here. So these are the steps which you have to do. Okay, first of all, you can install a virtual environment. This virtual environment, uh, yes, we can do it in VS Code, like Visual Studio Code, and also we can do it in PyCharm as well. First step is nothing but creating a virtual environment. So to create a virtual environment, here is the command. So these first two steps are optional. Okay, you can, if you don't do also, it will work. What is mean by virtual environment means, here I'm trying to install fast API in some virtual environment. Instead of installing directly into my whole laptop path, I am installing it into some another part. Okay, if this two steps are optional, you can go from third step as well. Okay, so I will do that. So you can open the terminal here. uh, okay, so first command is pip python -m vnv, that is nothing but virtual environment. Here what is the name which I have given to my virtual environment is, so you can change this name as well. For suppose I will give as 2d to do. Okay, to do dot env, or to do fast, to do underscore fast API dot env. Okay, like this you can create a virtual environment. So here a particular folder has been created here. Next what you can do means, you can activate your virtual environment. Wait, I have done control C, just a second. Okay, done. Next, you can activate your virtual environment. So here my fast API virtual environment name is to do underscore. Okay, so this is the command to activate your virtual environment. Wait, okay, it is not recognized. Wait, just a second. I will go for installation. So next you can install the fast API. Okay, so after creating the virtual environment, those first two steps are optional. Okay, you can directly go for fast API installation. So fast API, you can install it as a package in Python with the help of pip. Okay, no need, some basic knowledge is better. Python basic knowledge is better, but even though I will explain whole things here. After installing fast API, you can install uvcon as well. What is uvcon means? Uvcon is just a server to run the fast API. If you want to run this fast API, you can use uvcon. So I am installing uvcon as well. So here already uvcon is already installed into my laptop, so I am getting as requirement already satisfied. Okay, okay, requirement already satisfied, but you will get some installation here. Okay, instead of getting already satisfied. So done. Next step is, so you can go here and you can create a main.py. Okay, so you can create a main.py. So inside main.py we will write the whole code. Okay, so first we have to import the, so you can check whether the uvcon has installed properly or not. You can check with the help of uvcon minus version. You can do it in terminal here. Uvcon, so uvcon is just a server to run the application. So whatever application we are creating here, that we can run it with uvcon. I will show that how to run that. see here, it got successfully installed. Okay, next, in main.py, so create main.py. This will be the main file. So inside that, first we have to import fast api. So we have installed fast api, right? So from that we have to import it. Okay, so from fast api, import fast api. Okay, so this is the name of just a variable. So fast api is the package. So small fast api is a package which we installed. Okay, so here while installing I have given small fast api, right? So this is the package name. From that package we are importing fast api. Next we can initialize it. So you can take any variable and you can initialize fast api. Okay, done. This is the step. Okay, this is nothing but importing, and this second line indicates the initializing the fast api. After that you can create a function. Okay, so any function. So I think you know how to create a function in Python, right? So how to create a function means with the help of def keyword we can create a function. So function is nothing but a block of code. For suppose you want to add, okay, add two numbers. How you can add two numbers means you can take x comma y here and you can return x plus y. Okay, so here what this function will do means it will do some task. Here the task is nothing but addition of two numbers. So it will take two numbers x and y from the user and it will add it and it will return it. Okay, so how to add means you can call that particular function with the function name. Here add is nothing but one function name, def is just a keyword. Okay, so function is nothing but some block of code to perform some task. Here suppose I want to add 4 comma 5, then I can pass 4 comma 5 here. Okay, I can give 6 comma 7 as well. It will add any two numbers. So whatever numbers the user is giving, it will add that number and it will return the addition of it. Okay, so it will return 9 and it will return 13. Okay, so instead of writing this particular logic or a group of lines again and again, you can add it into a function and you can call whenever needed. You can add the total logic inside the function. So here what I will do means I will create one function, any function you can take, and let's check whether it is working or not. So here I will write as python fast api working. Okay, okay, done. Okay, so now, so how to run it means you can either use fast api command to run it, or you can use uvcorn as well, as I said. Okay, so first I will use fast api. Okay, fast api, then you can give the file name. So what is the file name which I have created here? It is main.py, right? Okay, so hope it is visible, screen is visible. I will increase it. Okay, so this is the command to run any fast api application. Okay, so enter. Let's check. Wait. uh, Fast api, right? Oh, sorry. F capital here as well. F fast api. Okay, so I will rerun again. So here with this error line only you can detect what is the error here. Cannot import fast api from fast api. Okay, so I will rerun again. Okay, so it is running. So defaultly it will run on localhost 8000 port. So you can open this port to check the output. Okay, so I will click here. Wait, so http localhost 8000, you can click this. Wait just a second. Is it getting copy? So I will open that particular port here. Okay, see, okay, http localhost 8000. So 127.0.01 is nothing but localhost, and 8000 is nothing but port number. Localhost is default. It will be, as we are running in our local system, it will be localhost only. After deploying, we will, instead of localhost, we will get some domain name. Okay, and here port number is 8000. Defaultly it is running on 8000. You can give 3000, 4000 as well. Here what is the output which we got? We got as detail not found. Why why we are getting like this means I have directly created a function, but here fast api is used to create an api. So we have to create an api, like we have to use either get request, post request, put request, and any request we have to use. Okay, so for that we have to give some path actually. Okay, for suppose here this is nothing but slash, right? So if we give slash or not, it will be slash only. I will create one get request here. Okay, app dot get, and here I will give as path this. Okay, so at this path, okay, at this slash path, this particular function will be running. Okay, so for suppose I will run this. Okay, so here slash is nothing but if you give here at the last, if you give here slash, or if you don't give, it will be a slash only. So at the slash endpoint, like localhost 8000 slash and slash endpoint. Okay, this will be the corresponding function. This will be the corresponding function which will be running at slash endpoint. Here no need to run again, the application will be running automatically if you do any changes as well. Just refresh here and check. See here, now we got actual output. Here whatever I am returning, that only I am getting, right, at slash. If I do here instead of slash, okay, slash, if you give or not, it will be slash only. If I give here slash about or something, then we are not getting anything, because we have created only one route here. Okay, one path we have created. So path is nothing but if you go to any other website, the url will be changing, right? If I go to here amazon.in, see, this is the amazon.in home page, nothing but slash page. Okay, so localhost 8000 slash page. Similarly, this is amazon.in slash page. If I go to any other route, if I click on sign in or any other thing here, the route will be changed. Like here I have now slash gp slash cart, some route has been added. Similarly, here we have created this slash route here. Next we can create another routes as well. I will create another as well. So we have to use at the rate. At the rate is nothing but a decorator. Okay, then we have to use app. Why I am using app here means, because I have initialized the fast api inside a variable name that is known as app. So I have used here app variable, right, to initialize the fast api. That's why I am using at the rate app here. Then after dot I have to give the http method, get or post or put, anything you have to give. Okay, for now I am giving get slash. Okay, and about. Okay, and next, so at about page, what you want to run, you have to give def, and you can give some function name about or anything. You can give any function name here, your wish, colon. Okay, return, and here you can give as about page of fast api. Okay, so now let's check at slash about we are getting this particular response or not, which we'll check. So this is the route, or this is the request endpoint. Okay, for that we are getting this particular response. So let's check that. Okay, see, I'm refreshing here. So at slash we got this particular response. Okay, so if I give slash about, what we are getting, we are getting about page of fast api. So this is nothing but creating get request. Okay, so here we have created get request. So when coming to terminology, so here anyone from node.js, anyone knows node.js, express.js, mongodb, anyone from that background? Do we have here anyone from that background? Because if yes, then I will compare this terminology with that node.js terminology. Do we have anyone who knows node.js, express, mongodb here? No. Okay. Okay, so here these are the terms. Okay, okay, we have one. Okay, so these are the terms. Actually, this is the route. Okay, this whatever we are giving here, right? So this is nothing but one route, or we call it as a endpoint in when coming to node.js or other frameworks. Node.js is nothing but in MERN full stack technology. Yeah, in MERN full stack technology, in the front end we will use html, css, javascript and react.js, and in the backend we will use node.js, express.js and mongodb database. But here in python, in the backend we are using django, flask or fast api. Okay, so in the node.js we will call it as a route or endpoint, but here in python fast api we will call them as a paths. So this is nothing but a path. Okay, this is nothing but a path. And this whatever we are writing here, right, get or post, we will write here get or post, right, post or put or delete, we will write here, right. This is nothing but a http method, or we call here in fast api, it will be called as a operation. Okay, so path, I think this is nothing but slash slash about is nothing but a path. And what is an operation means get, post, put, delete, whatever, okay, whatever we are writing there, right, that is nothing but a operation. So this will be helpful if you are going through any fast api documentation. So you I will go through one fast api official website. So this is our fast api official website. So if you read anything from here, then terminology is important. Okay, so this is the fast api application. So this is the, so whatever we are writing here inside the brackets, so that is nothing but path. And this get, post, put, patch, whatever http methods we are giving, right, that is known as operation, which will be helpful for the functionality. Okay, so whether it is a get request or post request, put request. Okay, so that to represents the functionality. Next, what is a decorator? Okay, so here we are using at the rate, right, that is nothing but a decorator. Okay, at the rate is nothing but a decorator. And what is this app we already know that the variable which we used here. Suppose if I used here my app, okay, then you have to use here my app only. It is just a variable which we have used to initialize the fast api. Okay, so if you are using here my app, then you have to use here my app only. But here what happens, see, my server is not in the running condition. It is saying that app is not defined. Why? Because I will do control c. Why? Because we have used this particular thing, right, fast api dev main.py, right. Okay, so I will rerun again. Just by rerunning I will check. Okay, so after rerunning it is working. Okay, so it is taking my app as a main colon my app as a variable, and it is running. Okay, so now I will run it with uvcon. Okay, I will show you once where I have written the uvcon. Just a second. In the uvcon you have to give the full thing. Just a second, I will open the uvcon. This is the official website of uvcon. So you can install the uvcon. So we have already installed the uvcon. After installing the uvcon, you can run it like this. Okay, how to run it means I will write here command. Okay, so you have to write uvcon after installing it. Okay, after that you have to give main colon app dot main colon app. Okay, so in this way you can run the uvcon application. But here our particular name is not app, right, we have my app, so we have to change it here. But when coming to fast api, so in fast api like in fast api command, you no need to change anything. Even if the variable is changed here, by rerunning it got worked, right. But here in uvcon you have to mention that variable name as well. Okay, let's check once. Hmm. See, it is running. Okay, it is also running in localhost 8000. Okay, so these are the two different ways to run the application. Okay, and one more thing, fast api, wait just a second. Fast api, so in the fast if you run like this. Okay, so if you run fast api dev main.py, it is running here, right. But you might get some warning, right, install warning as pip install fast api standard. You might get that particular warning, because I have previously installed the standard one only. That's why I'm not getting that particular error. So when you are trying this, okay, when you are running with the help of fast api dev main.py, if you are getting any particular warning like pip install fast api standard, then go to this particular thing, particular here I will show that command. Wait, it is where is it, installation, I will say here only. Okay, so what you have to do means you have to do pip install fast api in the bracket you have to give a standard. Okay, you have to install this. If you are getting a warning to install a fast API standard, if you want to run with fast API, you can install this. Okay, so previously I have done that, so I am not getting any warning, so I will keep running only. Next things, next thing is what more. Wait, so we have created one get request. Okay, so in the get request we have returned some static data, right? Static data like a string. Instead of this, you can give some a dictionary type or JSON type data as well. Okay, like this you can give the data. Okay, so I will give like this, and I will show you. Okay, you can give the data in key value pairs like data, and here I will write as index page. Okay, and you can print some message successful. Like this you can give instead of one value, you can give key value pairs value like name, name, email, age. Like this you can return some dictionary type values as well, data. And inside this also you can add a one dictionary. Okay, so inside data I will write as a name, age. This is also a valid thing. Okay, instead of normal text you can display like this. Okay, so I will test this API. So here I am testing the API inside the browser, right? So whether that particular endpoints are running or not, where I am testing now in browser. So instead of testing in browser, we have inbuilt tools in FastAPI to test the API. Okay, automatic tools are also available that I will showcase. Okay, so see, working, right? And slash about. Okay, so inside the data we have again name and age. Okay, like this you can give another like JSON data as well. Okay, and moreover, so when pushing into the GitHub, so while pushing into the GitHub, you can skip a pycache and fast API env directory. Okay, so this two, pycache. Okay, this pycache and we like fast API slash env we have or not. Here we don't have. Okay, this thing you can write inside the git ignore. Okay, before adding your project into the GitHub, you can write this particular pycache. Okay, into the git ignore. What is the git ignore file means? Whatever things you will write here, whatever file names or folder names you will write here, that would not be get stored into the GitHub. Okay, so here if I do git init. Okay, okay, if you check here, this pycache won't be in tracking area. Okay, it won't be stored into the GitHub. Okay, so this GitHub thing we will see later. Okay, next we will create one, if anything we will discuss, then we will go to the API creation. So next is path parameter. Okay, so path parameters, we will discuss what is path parameters and query parameters. Then we will create a total application, total API with the help of post, put, patch, post, put, delete. Okay, so first of all, what is path parameters? Okay, suppose we want to take some parameter from the user. For suppose I will open some JSON users. Just a second. I will take users. Okay, so here we are getting 10 users data, right? In the 10 users data, I want to fetch one particular user data. For suppose if I give here 2, then what I will get? Second user data. Okay, if I give here 3, I am getting third user data. How I am getting means this particular number which you are entering here in the URL, that will be stored into some variable. Based on that, it is fetching this particular user data. Okay, this is nothing but path parameter actually. What we are writing here is this is nothing but dynamic response actually. It is giving the response dynamically based on the data which you are giving. If you give here 3, then at the runtime only it will display the response as third user data. If I give here as 5, then I'm getting fifth user data. This is nothing but dynamic routing. Here whatever we are giving the number, that is fetching out here. Okay, so for now we don't have data. Okay, I will use the data later, but I will show you how to take this particular thing, whatever user is entering here, how to take that. So to take that, we can create like this. So at the rate my app, okay, dot get, okay, slash users slash, so whatever writing here we will store into one variable. So dynamic thing, for that you have to use the curly braces. Okay, for suppose this is one id which I want to take from the user. Okay, I will it whatever I am typing there will be stored into one variable, nothing but id. Okay, then I will attach one function here, def what I will take, display display user. Okay, okay, and inside this you have to take that particular parameter. This is nothing but path parameter. Okay, this is nothing but path parameter. Instead of curly brace, you can take directly return all, no, user with id equal to id is displayed. Okay, so here I will use f string. Okay, so here what I will get the output means user with id equal to, what is this id variable, whatever you are typing there in the url, that will be stored here. Okay, that particular user data will be displayed here. Here I am displaying some text, but instead of id, that particular id we are storing it into that or not, we will check that. Is it in working? Fast api dev main.py. Wait, so server should be in running condition. So server is in running condition. Let's check now. Okay, so about is running. Okay, so what I will give means users slash I will give here 300. What I will get, see, user with id equal to 300. From where I am getting this 300 means from here, whatever user is typing here, I am storing it into one variable, that is nothing but id. Okay, that particular variable is nothing but a path parameter. This is nothing but the path parameter, because we are giving that parameter inside the path url, right? So it is known as path parameter, that is storing here. So whatever you want to display here, that you should give in the curly braces. All the other things which you want, like whatever you type here, it will get here. Okay, only id, it is getting replaced with that particular variable value, because you have given here in curly braces, so it is getting replaced with the id variable, id value. Okay, inside the id, what is the value, 300, right? So it has been replaced with the 300. If I give here 4, user with id equal to 4 is displayed. Okay, so we are able to take the path parameters from the user. Next, after attaching it with the database, what we can do means we can compare here, like user id equal to 4, then get the user details. Okay, like this we will get here. If I give 5 here, then it will compare this id with this id. Whatever I am writing here in path, that will be compared with this, and it got returned. Okay, that we will implement later. First, next, so this is the path parameter. Hope this is clear. Yes. Next I want to see whether id we are getting as a string or we are getting as a integer number. Okay, so we want integer number, right? id should be an integer number, so that we can compare, or we can do anything. Okay, like we can do comparisons like greater than 4, less than 4, all that we can do on the integer data only, right? So I want to check what is getting here. So for that I will return id here. Okay, so in id variable, is it getting as a string value or integer value? I want to check that. Okay, so I will do a refresh. So as you can see here, it is a string data type. Okay, so defaultly path parameters will be getting as a string value only. Okay, but we want integer values, then we have to use like this. Okay, int. Okay, like this. No need to do any like type conversions by your own. No need to do any type conversions on your own. This will automatically take in the background there is a pydantic model. Okay, pydantic model Pydantic model. So in FastAPI, we have something known as Pydantic model, which will be used for validation. We will create a Pydantic model as well. Okay, in the next half an hour. Okay, for now here, Pydantic model is a model in the FastAPI which will be used for the validation. This Pydantic model will check whether the incoming ID is a string or is a integer. It will check that. If it is an integer only, then only we will get this particular response. This is nothing but response we are giving, right? Return, after return whatever we are writing here is nothing but a response. Okay, so if it is integer, then only we will get the response. Otherwise what we will get means, wait, sorry, shift, okay, so with id. Okay, so if I give any string, then what this Pydantic model will do, it will validate and it will check that that particular id is not integer. So it will give you some error message. So Pydantic will handle all those validation part. You just need to give as colon int. Okay, so now let's check. Okay, so refresh. Okay, if I give 4, it is getting as 4 only. So it is automatically internally converting it into integer. Okay, but if I give here some string value, okay, some I am typing here something in a string. Okay, actually I should give integer only. Okay, so let's check here. So here we are getting some error. So it is saying that int parsing input should be a valid integer, unable to parse a string as an integer. How we are getting this means, internally Pydantic model is validating that particular value and it is displaying this error. So we have inbuilt validation as well inside the fast API. Okay, so this is the thing. And next I will create another route here, another endpoint here. So slash users slash, for suppose, like join completed or certified student. Okay, I want to get all the certified students. Okay, so I am writing like this, and here I am creating a function certified users. Okay, return and next certified users list. Okay, so by going to this particular path, I want to display all the certified users. Okay, so here there will be some error. Okay, that's why I want to show you this thing. So here, okay, so I will write here as certified. Okay, so what should I get here? So if I give users slash certified, I should get as certified user list, right? I will check here. Okay, what I am getting, I am getting like input should be valid integer only, unable to parse a string. So what is happening here means, the fast API will match the routes line by line. Means whatever you are writing here, like slash users slash certified, right? It will compare that particular path with this thing. Okay, it is not matching, right? Here there is slash and here we have slash users slash certified. Then what happens means, it will go with to the another route. This particular path is also not matching, then it will go to this route. Okay, here slash users slash id. Okay, so in place of id, it is storing certified here. Certified is getting stored into this id variable. So here id should be integer, right? But here we are giving certified a string. That's why we are getting an error here. So it is not going to this particular path. It is stopping here only. It is comparing it with this particular path parameter only. It is not going to next route. So why? Because it will go one by one. It is stopping here only. It is taking id equal to certified. So we are getting invalid integer. So what we have to do means, we have to we have to create the paths in particular order only. So we can paste this route upside of this. Okay, here now there won't be any issues. If we give certified, then this particular thing will be working. If we give any number, then this will be working. Okay, see, I will refresh now. Okay, wait, I will rerun. Okay, no, I will control C, fast API dev main.py. I will check once. Path certified, just a second. Users slash certified. Spelling wrong, sorry. Okay, here it is I have written T. Okay, I will read on. So order of creating the routes is also important. If anything is not working, you have to check the order of the routes, whether it is matching with any other routes or what. You can check that. Okay, so we got clearly certified users list. If I give integer, then it is not matching with this, it is going to the next route. So a fast API will check the routes line by line. Okay, so this is all about query parameter. After going to the query, this is all about path parameters. Okay, this is the path parameter. So whatever we are giving in the path over there, it will be stored into one variable. Next we will go for the query parameters. Where we can use the query parameters means, suppose I want to give some condition, slash users, in that users I want to give some condition like uh, failed equal to true. Okay, like this I want to give some condition. Okay, for that I can use this query parameters. I will take another example as well. Mm, Wait. Huh. And I will take two things, limit and public, this thing. Okay, and limit equal to 10. Limit, where we can use limit means, in the database there will be thousands of users, for suppose. Okay, if you want to get all the users, thousands data will be displayed here. It will take huge memory. If you want to display only first 10 of the user, then you can give as limit equal to 10. Okay, so here I am taking two conditions. Those users where whose failed equal to true, means they are failed, and limit equal to 10. Okay, so only first 10 users who are failed, only those data I want to retrieve here. Only 10 users who got failed, only that I want. Okay, how to do such things, such conditions, how to apply means, we can use query parameters. How to use query parameters means, we can give like this we can give. Okay, wait, I will take this example, or else I will write here. Then def um, condition, a condition user. Okay, I will give something, and here you have to give the parameter limit and failed, right? We have to check these two things, so I can give here. Next, return. So instead of return, I will write a condition here. If failed means, if failed equal to true, those users only you want to fetch, right? Okay, so failed, you can return as failed users list. Okay, and more. Hmm. And limit as well. Failed users list, limit of, so we are retrieving only 10 students. So limit of, or else I will give like this, failed 10 users list, limit. Okay, if I give the limit as 10, then first failed 10 users list will be displayed here. Okay, or else it will give as else, in else return, so all students I will return. Okay, so all students. Okay, like this we can give all students. Okay, here we have to give one condition, equal to true. Okay, so if failed equal to true, we have to give these two values as a query. Okay, as a query we can give. So not in the path. If we give in the path, then it will be path parameter. If we give it like a query, then it is no, it is a like it is a query parameter. So to check this, so instead of browser, I will introduce you with this Swagger UI. Okay, so Swagger UI, what is Swagger UI means? Swagger UI. Swagger UI is an application which will be used to test the API. So if you see in Node.js, we can use Postman as well for testing the API. We can use Swagger UI. Okay, so in Django or other frameworks, we will use Postman. Okay, so what is Postman means? You can search as a Postman. Here also you can test the API. I will open that. Just a second. in by using Postman also you can test the API, and with the help of Swagger UI also you can test the API. Postman is instead of Postman, Swagger UI will be automatically checking API. Okay, so here, wait, so here I will check this API. It is in running condition only, right? So it is running in the 8000. Okay, we can check that particular application in Postman as well. So here I will write as, okay, so slash get. Okay, so you can select the request here. Okay, so you can download the Postman. After downloading you will get this interface. You can click on new request and you will get this interface. You can give the URL here, localhost 8000 only. In that only we are running our application. I will click on send. Okay, what I am getting, I am getting this thing. So it is correct only, right? At a slash we have to get this. At a slash about, at a slash about send, we can get this. Okay, like this everything you have to type here. When coming to Postman you have to type here. Okay, not only get, you can check post, put, patch, delete all. But in browser, you can check only the get request only. If you create any post request or something, you cannot check there. Only get request can be checked over there. But in Swagger UI, what is the difference between Swagger UI and Postman means, Swagger UI is something which is provided by Fast API inbuilt. How to open this Swagger UI means, if you see here in the terminal, after running the application, so I will rerun and show you. Control C. Okay, so here you will get two things. Okay, so localhost 8000 your server is running, and next is slash docs. Okay, in slash docs all the APIs will be automatically available. Okay, so this is I will open slash docs here. this is a this is a Swagger UI. Okay, here whatever paths you have created there already you have here, you can just click and run them. So in Postman what happened, you have to write the whole URL there. Okay, like slash about or a slash users slash certified. Okay, all things you have to check from here, and you have to write there manually. But here in Swagger UI it will automatically detect all the things, and it will give all the things here. Just by clicking you can do that. Okay, so I will click here. After clicking you can click on try it out. You can click on execute. The output response will be get here. See, this is the response which we are getting, correct only, right? Similarly other things as well. Okay, so all the routes which you are created there will automatically reflect here. No need to typing, just by click here, just click here, whatever you want, just click here and click on try it, just click on execute. So here about request will be getting executed. Okay, so in the about we have given this particular response, right? Next, certified users. So click on certified, click on execute. Here you are getting certified users list. Next, how to execute this thing? This is nothing but path parameter, right? So we have to give the ID. In the browser we have given. Okay, but here how to give means, here you can give here like this. Okay, so if I give as 1, then it will if I give as 10, then 10th user will get retrieved. Okay, so here we got 10. Okay, so you can give the response something like this as well. So instead of this thing, I will give this response. Okay, so if user with this particular ID has been displayed, I will execute again. Okay, user with ID 10 is displayed. Okay, next I will go to this. Okay, slash users. Okay, condition user. Here this is the query parameter. So inside the query parameter, it is asking limit and failed, because what conditions we want to apply? We want to apply these two conditions, like failed equal to true, limit equal to 10. So we can take the limit and failed values from the user. Okay, so instead of inside the path, we can take it as a query. Okay, so here you can mention it. So click on try it out. So here let's give limit as 10, and failed as true or false you can give, right? Okay, true, I'm giving as true. Okay, then we are getting all students. Okay, if I give something else, and here also if I give something in string, then we will get some, then also we are getting all students. But this is wrong, right? Limit should be in numbers only, either 10 students. Okay, summarize. Okay, okay, so either limit should be in integer digits only, either it should be 10 or first 10 numbers or 20 numbers, right? And failed should be boolean value, true or false should be there, either the students will be failed or either will be passed. But whatever I am giving here, if I give something else, something string, then also I am getting a response as all students, right? But that is wrong. Okay, for that you can use Pydantic validation. Here you can give us int. Okay, and here failed should be, you can give as str, means it should be in string. Now limit should be limit will be taken in integer only. If you give any other string value, then it will throw some error, Pydantic model will throw some error. And failed you should give bool. Okay, so bool, right? We can give true or false. Okay, so you can declare the data type as bool. So now limit can be in integer and failed should be in bool. Okay, so refresh, and here click here. So this one only, right? Click try it out, and here you can give us 10. Okay, and in fail, so true or false it is taking, right? And just a second, here it is capital T. I will do it as a small t. I will refresh once. Okay, so try it out, and I will give as 10 here, and here I will select it as true, execute. Okay, just a second. Actually, in Python, true or false boolean values should be capital actually, but here it is showing small true. I will check once. Okay, so this is the query. So we can apply some condition. You can retrieve the records based on some condition. So if it is true, then failed user list will be declared. If failed equal to true, then only this will be returned. Else we will get this. Okay, so if this condition is true, then we will get this, then or else we will get as all students. So I will check once. Wait, why it is refresh, try it out. Limit 10. Here I want capital true. Hmm, wait just a second. Okay, so I will give as boolean value equal to true. If nothing is given inside the fail, if nothing is given, it will take as true. Okay, so it will take as true, and it will fetch all the failed users. In the else case, if this condition is not true, then else will be worked out. Okay, I will check once. Hmm, wait, where is Swagger UI? This thing, refresh. How I open this means 127.0.0. colon 8000 slash docs. Okay, 10. See, failed limit users list. Okay, so it is taking bool as true. Okay, so if I give true, then this condition, if condition is satisfied, I am getting the response as failed 10 users list. Okay, whatever limit you give here, you will get that. Actually f string is missing here, f. Okay, so in the place of limit I should get 10 here. Okay, in the response body I will refresh once. I will click on try it now, and I will give as 10 here, and I will give as true here, and I will execute here. See, failed 10 users list. Why I am getting this response, not this response? Why? Because this particular condition is getting true. Here failed value is taking as true. That's why I am getting this. Okay, in the else case, for suppose if I give here as false, then what happens? This if condition will be failed, and it will return all students. Okay, like this, based on some condition also we can fetch the data from the API. From the database we can fetch. Okay, so execute. Here see all students. Okay, if failed equal to true, then we are getting failed 10 students list, else we are getting all students. Okay, so till here got an idea till here. So more post request is pending. Any doubts here? Any more things? And one more is optional parameter. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so we discuss path parameter and query parameter. What is optional parameter means? For suppose here I will give third parameter as something else. Okay, sort. Okay, for suppose sorting is optional, so you want the users data in a sorted order or not. Some might need in sorted order, like every time we doesn't require a sorted order, right? Sometimes we want directly data, sometimes we want sorted order. So this sort is nothing but one optional parameter. Means if you provide limit and failed, if you doesn't provide sort, then also it should work, right? Okay, so no need of any value for suppose if you see here we will get error actually. Okay, so I will run this parameter without default. So here you have to give some value, because for failed you have given some boolean value false, right? For sort as well you have to give some value, but sorting you want to keep it as a optional, right? You have to keep it as a optional. So optional parameter means if not entered by the user, then it should be none, like no sorting should be done. So how to define that optional parameter means you have to define like this: none equal to none. Okay, colon, you have to give the data type of it. Okay, after giving the data type you can give a pipe symbol, none equal to none. Okay, what is this thing means? If you doesn't give sort value as well while running it, then also it will work it out. Okay, you can give limit and fail, you can skip the sort, you can skip the sort value, you can skip the sort value, then also it will work it out. Okay, uh, so I will run it once. Okay, okay, so let's check once. So I will skip giving the this thing, I will skip giving the sort value. Let's check. So here we have all the routes, right? I want to check this condition user thing, try it out, and here I will give us 10. So notes will be provided to you. So see here I am not giving any sort value and I am clicking on execute. Okay, so I will click on execute, then what I am getting, then I am getting output. Okay, so I am not getting any error, I am getting the response body output. Okay, so and the status code is 200, so it is running successfully. Why it is running successfully means even if you doesn't give this sort value, it is taking as none. So this is nothing but optional parameter. Okay, you can give the optional query parameter only. While giving some condition, you can give some optional parameter only. If you while running it, while executing it, if user doesn't give that particular value, then instead of throwing some error, you should get the output. How you can get the output? You can set that value as a none. So instead of true or false, ascending or descending, you can give it as a none if it not needed. Okay, this is the optional parameter. Okay, this is the optional parameter. What is this? This is a default parameter, we are giving some default value. Okay, default value, if user is not giving any value, it will take as false. So this is you can note down the difference between default value and optional value. This is a default value, means if failed value is not given by the user, what will be stored into the failed variable? False will be get stored into the failed variable. Then what is this sort? If user is not giving any value, then none will be stored into the sort. Means sort value is not compulsory. If user doesn't give also, none will be applied and it will be worked. Okay, so sort is not compulsory to give, like either ascending or descending, no need to give anything, none will be applicable to it. So sort here is nothing but a optional parameter, and failed is nothing but a default parameter. We are giving some default value. If the user skips to give that, then false will be get stored into it. Okay, so this is about all the different routes. Then we have, okay, I will create a post as well. Shall we go with post? And before post, I will tell you a small thing. Okay, so we can run the application with the help of uvcon. How to run an application with the help of uvcon main colon app. If your variable is my app, then how you can give, you can give as So I have shown, right? So uv con main colon, here my variable name is my app, so I'm giving my app. Otherwise you can give app. So in this way you can run the application with the help of UVcorn as well. Okay, so defaultly it is running in 8000 port, right? If you want to change the port, okay, how you can change the port means, this is the syntax of changing the port. You can give minus minus port, then you can give the port name. So I will change the port now. So UVcorn main colon my app minus minus port, and here I am giving 3000 and enter. Okay, so now it is running on 3000 port. I will refresh here. Will it run here? Here it is 8000 port. Will it run here? No. Here I will get page not found error. Okay, so if I give here 3000, then it will run. I will give the port number as 3000, then it will run. See, here I am getting the output. How to open the Swagger UI? To test the applications, give slash docs, then the Swagger UI will be opened. All routes which you have created there will be opened here. Just click on try it now, and you can execute all the routes here. Okay, so this I will create a post, a simple post thing I will create. I thought to create total to do application with the post, with the help of a Python dictionary, but let's see. Okay, so here I will create one post application. Okay, now or else in the next I will create, in the next day 2 I will create a total to do application. Okay, so how to create a post means, you can create like this. Okay, so at the rate my app dot post. Okay, post method. Here you can give some route like create user, add user. So inside post we will take some data from the user, and we can add it into some variable or into some database. Okay, when coming to get is used to just to display some information. Okay, so here at this particular route I will create some function. So function name you can keep anything. Okay, so at this particular route this function will be executed. Inside this function I will just give post route has been running. Okay, so just for checking purpose I am giving some text here. Okay, so let's check here. See, I will refresh this Swagger UI. What will happen? See, I will rerun again. Wait, fast API 3000. Oh, 8000, sorry, it is running in 8000. Okay, so 8000 slash doc Swagger UI you got. Okay, so here as you can see we got post as well. Directly by clicking try it out you can try it out. Okay, so at slash add user, what you have to get the response, you have to get the response as post route has been running. Let's check that. Okay, click on execute. Here see, this is the response which we got. Okay, you can download this response as well. Okay, so here you have download option as well. Okay, this is the response. Okay, but mostly what we will do means, in the post we will take some data from the user. Okay, like what data you want to use. For example, if you take login page. Okay, in the login page, what if you take sign up page, what you will take from, what data you will take from the user, like name, email id. Okay, and age or something. Okay, so I will create that here. Okay, so what all we will take here. So here we can take name, age. Okay, and what we can take, email id and phone number. Okay, these things I want to take from the user, and I want to store it into some database. Okay, so all these things I want to take. Okay, I can apply the validation as well. Okay, so it should be string, and age should be integer, and email id should be string, and phone number should be number, right? Here like this you can do. Okay, so if you have only two fields, then better to go this way. Okay, like this internal Pydantic model will handle the validation. If you want to give like optional parameter, here age is optional, you want to keep it as a optional. How you can keep it as an optional? You can give as none equal to none. Okay, if user doesn't enter age, then also the form will get submitted. Okay, equal to here. Okay, equal to here. Okay, like this you can write. Okay, but if you have two fields, suppose if you see previously, here we have only one field, right? ID. Okay, only one field means go in this way. Okay, otherwise better to create pydantic model. How to create a pydantic model means, you can create like this. Okay, you can create a class. Okay, and here you can create one class name, create model or anything. And before that you have to import. Okay, import base model from the pydantic. Okay, this line you can keep upside. Okay, import pydantic. Okay, so import a base model from the pydantic package. Pydantic is nothing but one package which will consist of a base model. With the help of base model we can create models. Okay, so to validate the data, for suppose name should be string, age should be integer, all these things you can mention here in this model. You can write base model here. Okay, here we are creating a class. Class is nothing but same like a function. We can create a class with the help of class keyword. Class space, here is the class name, and inside it I have given base model. Means this create model class is inheriting from the base model. So base model is a parent here and create model is a child class here. So all the features of the base model will get to create model. For suppose car is there. Okay, car class is already there inside the library. You want to build audi car. What you will do to build a audi car? You will just inherit. Okay, inherit from car class, right? And you will add extra features in the audi car. Apart from the features of normal car, you will add extra features. Okay, how you can create this means, class car will already there inside the database. You can create here audi car and you can inherit car. So all the car features will also be there inside the audi car. If you want to create any like self driven car, what you will do? Self driven, and you can take inherit car. So car is the parent here and self driven is the child class here. So self driven child class will have all the properties which are inside the car as well. Okay, so all the features will be there, and extra features you can define here. Same way we are inheriting base model here. Okay, so you have to inherit base model. Base model will consist of some features. So apart from that you can add new features here. So how you can add? You want this all right, name string, name should be string, so you can give like this. Okay, so and also name. Okay, colon str, and you can give age colon, and you can give as in, and this should be optional. If user doesn't enter age, then also it should be working. Okay, so I will create one model, then we can just have a quick revision. Str. Okay, if we have more number of fields, then instead of writing here in the function parameter, better to create a pydantic model like this. Okay, equal to string integer. Okay, like this you can create. Okay, if you want to keep phone number as well as an optional, how you can give? You can give like this, as I already previously explained. Here how you can write? Instead of giving all these parameters, you can directly write like this. Okay, so item colon item. Okay, here what I will give means request or any variable you can give. What type you want? You want create a model type, a type thing. Okay, so here whatever user is entering the data, it will match it with these parameters, whether name is getting entered or not, and whether it is string type or not. Here we are giving that the request should be in the format of create model. Okay, here I will return the request. Instead of request, you can take any variable here. Okay, but the class name should be create model only, because the data which you want to take from the user should be in this format. Like this you can create a pydantic model. Okay, so I will run it and I will show you. Refresh. Um, See here, this is the post application. So what is post application? It will take some data from the user, right? Here you can enter the data. Okay, so here I am giving name as this thing, and age is optional. Okay, if you can give, you can give as well, otherwise it is optional, it will take as none. Okay, and email id I am giving as @gmail.com, and phone number I'm giving as optional. Okay, so I have given some data. So instead of like this, you can take the data from the front end form as well. So I will click on execute. See here, in the response I got the data, and this data will get added into my database. Like here, there is no database, but it will add it into that. For suppose here, I will display all the users. Mm, am I displaying all the users here? No, right? Okay, okay. So it is got added here. Okay, so this things you have to give based on this validation. So Pydantic will validate your data. If I give email id as a number, okay, here I have to give as a string, right? If I give it as a number, then it will throw one error. Okay, input should be valid string. Okay, email id input should be valid string. So this is one Pydantic data. So post data is used to take the data from the user. Okay, so shall I revise it? So first what I have done means I have installed FastAPI, npm install FastAPI, then we can import it from FastAPI, import FastAPI. Then you have to initialize it by storing it into one variable. Okay, after that what you can do means you can create the routes like this, at the rate and this variable dot get method or post method, anything you can give. Then you can give some path. At this path, what the response you want, you that response you can write here below. You can create one function, def function name. Inside the return you can give some data. Okay, similarly you can create another paths as well, slash about. Okay, so whatever paths you want you can create. So these get request we can check inside the browser as well. Okay, but when coming to post request, put and delete request, those things we can check inside the postman. But instead of postman, we can use Swagger UI application, which fast API inbuilt we have. Okay, here this is easy than postman. In the postman you have to type the URL there, but here Swagger UI automatically detects all the routes and it will display it here just by clicking. You can click on try it out and you can execute and check it out. Okay, like this you can create different routes here. So this is the syntax, at the rate myapp.http, and you can give some path, def give some function name, and inside that you can write any code. Okay, you can give here you can take like this as well. For suppose instead of all this, like instead of all this you can take from the user like this as well. If raining, okay, you can take rain equal to, you can take true or false. If rain equal to true, you can write a condition like it is raining outside, please don't go outside. Okay, so like that, for conditional checking we can use query parameters. You can take some data from the user. Based on the data, the user data will be fetched from the database. For example, only 10 users you want, for example only failed students you want, only the FSD students you want, only the course equal to DSML students you want. All that query parameters you can give here, and you can define the type of it as well. Okay, so course, okay, course colon string, like this you can give. Okay, like it will take that particular input from the user as a query, and it will retrieve based on the conditions mentioned here. This is the query parameter. This is the path parameter. Path parameter is used to fetch a particular user. For suppose here I will give 5. This 5 will be get stored into this variable, id variable. Okay, so based on that id it will fetch the user. If id equal to database id, in the database we have so many ids, right? If it will compare from that and it will retrieve that. This is the path parameter and this is the query parameter. And this post we will discuss again in the next class, where we will create total an API. Okay, there we can see that. Okay, clear. Any doubts you can ask. Yes, all understood. Get request, post we can discuss again as well. Again there will be a revision in the next class. So query parameter, path parameter, and go with this, and try to check with Swagger UI as well, how to open it. So just slash docs, enter. Here we will get all the routes. Just by clicking you can execute them. Okay. Hmm. Here we are just displaying some data, adding some data. This all nothing but API. In the next class we will create a to do application where we will add a to do list. We will display all the to do list. We will update a particular to do item, and we can delete a particular to do item. All these operations we will do like similar to this, similar like this. We can display all the to do items at the get request. Like this we can perform. Okay. Mm, that's it. Any doubts? uh, un- Understood. Next, in day 2 we can totally create an API, and we will connect with the database in the next class. We will connect it with SQL Alchemy database, and we will add the data there, and we will delete and update all the things. Okay. Mm, any doubts? Not XAMPP SQL. No, normal SQL Lite. We will use SQL Lite. Inside SQL Lite we have SQL Alchemy. We will use that in our next class. Database. So I will give what is database, some brief explanation, and we will go with that. Okay. All clear? Any doubts you can ask. I'm not getting any responses. Only some responses I got. Remaining members, have you listened or not? What after today's session you will receive the certification, and you can I will create a to do application, right? Based on that, by following that tutorial you can create another application. You can create books application, you can create movies application. After creating the movies API, you can connect it with the front end by seeing HTML, CSS, JavaScript basics thing. You can connect it with the front end. As authentication also we will perform in our day 2 tomorrow. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay, then we can wind up. Okay. Okay, bye everyone.